Graduates, walk on, everybody. I know you didn't expect to see me, or at least to hear me, because this is a voice only live. I have some important things I want to say. Yes. Um, uh, so please like up the live as soon as you come into class. Mark yourself present on the register. We're going to go into a serious discussion, but it's a necessary one. You understand? Yeah, man, a necessary one. Tag all of the Purple Heart Warriors and everybody who has been on this journey with us, because I think that the time has come to say a few things that are very significant. You understand? Yeah, man. First of all, let me greet everybody in class. I see 113 of you jump on nice and quick and fast. I appreciate all of you. Please make sure that you like up the live. Let's bump up the algorithm. Share the live is all I ask. Big up yourself, Andrine Ferguson, Donna McNeil. Yes, man, big up yourself, my student. Sister Yvette, big up yourself. Sexy San, Yadea with the purple hats. Annetta Brown, big up yourself. No, you didn't expect me. You're absolutely right. I never intended to come out tonight. As I told you, I had a very busy day and I did. I've literally just had a shower, relaxed, did my skincare routine, put on my nightie, and and said, no, now it's time. I spent the day in a lot of reflection. Yes, a lot of reflection. Especially after I found something out. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you about it. Big up yourself. Gal so nice, Marentia. Thank you so much. Welcome to HGK's Live. Like as you come on is all we ask. Pi Gordon, Ola, big up yourself. Rosemary, I see you. Good night. Shauna Geddes, hey, hey, hey. Pottinger Naturals, big up yourself. Lynn Emmanuel, good night. Charmaine Walker, big up yourself. Donna McNeil, I see you. Vanessa, my sister, big up yourself. Yeah, welcome one, welcome all. My admin, Dea, big up yourself. Don. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to show appreciation to the channel. Music is relaxing. Yes, it is. Noriax, big up yourself. I see you. My Tyler, Fresh McCoy, good night, good night. And who else is here? Charmaine Walker, I see you. Faith, good night. Charm Roberts, I see you. Andrea Stewart, Nadine Jackson, Ann Boo, 1992. Mrs. Linda Paris, Patsy King, I see you. Stush, big up yourself. Euphema, how you doing? S. Simone, I see you. Charm Roberts, good night. We've got RN. I'm trying to pronounce it. Celebrate yourself. Big up yourself with Sue St. Joy. Kimon, big up. Lala, love, light, and peace. Charmaine Jarrett, good night. It's your first time here. Welcome aboard and thank you for joining the live and commenting. Jacinth Williams, good night. Creations, good night. Okay. Nisha, I see you. All right. Let me go in at this now. These are my final thoughts on this subject. This is my final thoughts on this subject. I have been reflecting. I have been thinking. I have been observing. And I believe that this journey has been a long one. It has been a deep dive into a very triggering story surrounding a significant social media family. And as much as it has been a long journey, it has been a journey that has pulled out many stories, many tales of other victims who have been silenced or never given any justice. The Purple Heart movement, I will always believe in and be a strong representative of. But my focus has to widen beyond just this case to include others. Many have come forward as a result of this situation and shared their stories with me. And I will continue to be an advocate when it comes to social justice, especially around minors. That will never stop. I will forever stand by the child, and I will forever stand by everything that I have said on my platform. None of it's going away. But this is not about a hate campaign for me. Yeah, me not like CMR. That not gonna change. Because CMR's behavior out here has been unlikable. But something was brought to my attention fairly recently on TikTok. And when I saw it, my heart kind of broke. And in my mind, I have to think in terms of empathy and understanding about Jay. So I'm not going to show the video because it has her face in it and stuff. There was a video that was shared with me on TikTok of the little girl. She was doing a trend. And the trend was about ramen noodles. So how the kids them or the young people them a do the things them. It's a very old trend, you know. This trend is it was from about 2022, this trend. It's very, very, very old trend. But somehow Jay decided to put this trend on her Instagram and somebody screen recorded it. I don't know who. Somebody screen recorded it and placed it on TikTok. And instead of calling it ramen noodles, her caption read ramen noodles. And that is the trend. All the people doing the trend, them changing name from ramen, which is spelled RAMEN, and they instead add ramen. So it starts off with I like ramen, and then it says I like ramen, and they do this kind of thing where they distort their face and so on. But she didn't do it like that. She had I love ramen, and then she was eating the noodles like really fast with sound effects, right? Okay. Now, all right, Mr. Dats. And then I went to the comments, people. Yeah. I went to the comments, right? And that's where my heart broke. Let me try to turn on my phone because I want to read some of them to you, okay? I'm not gonna show it as I said because it just gets tricky and I don't want her face on this, right? So let me just open my TikTok and read it to you because when I saw it, I said, yeah, CMR, you are a liar, a pathological one at that. But this time, you didn't lie about this. That's the only credit I'll ever give you. And what he didn't lie about is the fact that she is being bashed. So I went on to the comments. This post was posted on the 5th of March. And the first thing that went up was she knows exactly what she's doing. Because, you know, we all know when you say ramen, it means in the trend that's done mostly by adults or young people, young adults. Ramen means, you know, men in the nude. Okay? And it's a play on words for ramen, okay? It's a play on words. So that was the first thing I saw. She knows exactly what she's doing. Um, somebody argued and said, yeah, and she's a child, and another person said that knows what she's doing. And I kept reading. Not every trend is appropriate for children. So move that excuse. Where's her mother? That's online 24/7. Other people went to her defense. And then this one that really upset me. That child is starting to show exactly why CMR is free. She have a crush on him. This person said, ew, who approved this? She need after school activities. She soon start breed. She too prime. Can tell she a take little hood here and there. Listen, guys. Ah, boy. I will eat more than I can, but I'm going it. But the thing upset me to my core. I mean, I like read things where I can't reach through the phone and grab people. You understand? That really, really, really upset me. It upset me. It upset me. I'm not gonna lie. It upset me. I'm sure if you see it and I go in the comments and you see the things and what they must say about the little girl. You understand? All because of this man and his choices. Let me tell you this. My final thoughts to you, Carters. I have done everything that is necessary, and I have no regrets. I've made sure that the public are aware of as much detail as I could possibly pull to the surface. And there's more, but I'm going to pause it on the basis of this. Only on the basis of this, not because of any threats that CMR had the audacity to issue, because I could not care less about his threats. But because of this, it's not going to become a situation where by raising awareness, this little girl is going to end up being the target of your blame. So I wish to remove her as the face of this Purple Heart movement and focus on wider cases. Hold on a minute. Let me just deal with this person. Bye. Because you're not going to come here and upset my spirit today, I am just going to get rid of you. Don't call my name in your mouth because I did not invite you over here. You understand? You need to get lost and let me speak to my graduates. And any one of you crowbaits come up on here, I'm just going to block you. You hear what I say? Okay. So like I said, yes, it is so sad. I am going to remove her as the face of my Purple Heart movement on this side. I cannot speak for other bloggers. I cannot speak for others who are speaking on the subject, and I cannot tell them what to do. This is my decision for my platform. There are far more other things going on that I need to address. And I hope I have shown you, CMR, that even when I speak on other things, I get even more views than speaking about you. Which shows me that my audience is no longer interested in you. But do I regret anything that I have said? Absolutely not. Do I regret anything that I have done in support of this child? Absolutely not. But these Jezebels are over here bashing that child because of what you caused on your family. Not because of what bloggers caused. Not because of them discussing the subject. Not because of us revealing all of your files to the public, sir. But because of the fact that your name is called against her. You understand? And because you have come out here and perpetually lied to the point where now the public see her as this type of child. It's your fault. You did it to yourself. But I want to see that little girl happy and free to be a child. And a child meaning that she's free to make mistakes and it not be connected to this filth. Free to be on our family's social media and people don't see her as the victim of allegedly your actions. I want to see her move on and grow. You understand? I'm seeing your supporters tear her down. Not anybody in the Purple Heart movement. Not the people who are just saying justice for the child. I'm seeing your people tear her down. Because when I click, lots of them follow you. You understand? So these people here that are making these dirty comments are not us bloggers. They are people who believe that you have been vindicated on the basis of the fact that, or not a fact, basis of the assumption that she has lied. And you're the ones who put that out there. Yeah. So, as I said, these are my final thoughts to the Carters. We will continue to pray for her. But I have nothing further to say until you make another mistake. And my warning to you, CMR, is don't make me have to come back out for you and your actions around that child or any other child. It is important that you continue to try to be the best version of yourself. And I'm not going to stand in the way of that. But you are not topic worthy to the point where I have to keep harping on about every little thing. I don't need to. My job has been done, and quite effectively too. I see that, Donna. I do see it. His supporters tore her down more than anybody else. I saw all of that. Right? But I still stand with the Purple Heart community and the Purple Heart warriors. The CMR focus will no doubt continue on the channel of Vibes or anybody else who's doing it. I'm going to start talking about other things. Um, but it doesn't mean I may not touch on Purple Heart matters, as in subjects around that. Right? People will not stop watching him like a hawk. Absolutely not. Right? And they should not stop watching him like a hawk. Yes? But certain things should be monitored with the children on social media. That post, I don't know if it was approved by the mother or not. They should be doing such. I don't know if she has more autonomy over her channel now as she's getting older. Or maybe it's an ignorance to what the trend is about. And then there's also the innocent factor that it could just be a typo. Do you understand? But had that been monitored by an adult parent, they would have realized that it has adult connotations and will not look good for a child of her age to be posting such things, even if it is an innocent intention, right? So that was a bit of slackness in terms of parental controls, which happens to a lot of parents when their kids are online at one point or another before they become even stricter, having realized that they dropped the ball. So I'm not going to go too hard on that. But what I didn't like is them drawing connotations to the act that she was brave enough to actually report and turn it against her. This is the part that broke me. I did not like that at all. It really upset me. You understand? And I think it is full time that we really do start to think about whether or not by our actions she may end up being implicated, which I don't want. So I want him to face justice at some point when she's ready to come out and speak her truth. You understand? Because it will take a more adult version of this little girl, as in an older version, to actually reveal all that is factual at the right time. What do you mean Sims 4 channel if I know for sure that the child posted? What do you mean by that? It's from her Instagram. I understand you. Right? And whether or not, let me ask you a question. Whether or not it is one of her content with her blatant face on it. And even if say somebody, let's just take it that somebody took it and put that on it, it's still using the situation against her. So either way, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't change the point. I don't put anything past that. That's him, man. He probably posted that on her page. I don't know. All of the kids should be off social media, period. I agree. But it is their choice, right? And it will also be their consequence. Yes? It will also be their consequence. Because many of these children that grow up in online families, they grow up and they resent all of the exposure that they have had without their consent. So they must know what they're doing. But yes, the community will watch him like a hawk. But I will only come out and speak about anything that is significant should something reoccur. And that's me making a choice on the basis of what I've seen happening with this little girl. Because of all the other things that he said, that was the only part that struck a chord, and I needed to see evidence of it. Because I honestly didn't see any evidence of it until then. The video was 2 years ago, but there's so much slackness in front of the kids and on the family channels. I don't see how those children could avoid these behaviors. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. Yes, you are absolutely right. You understand? And it's clear that it is from Instagram, because even the person was screen recording it, it jumps onto one of them Insta ads and stuff and jumps back. You understand? But all I'm saying is it's a shame, because it has obviously come up in this current stream, and people are basically, and yeah, there is her tag on it as well. So to answer the person's question as to whether or not I'm sure she posted it, it's blatantly got her icon on it. It's not 2 years ago, because she had a different thing on it before. The cartoon character that's on there is not 2 years ago she added that. So it's actually more recent than that. And not 2 years ago. It's actually more recent than that. With that cartoon character, she has an anime on there. Yeah? And her name is on there, on the video. So yes, she did post it. So that confirms it. Yeah? Given the child had experienced such a traumatic event, the parents should have removed her from social media. Given the possible backlash, protect your child. Yeah. So this brings me to my advice to Crissy, as the mother, you know, who claims that she puts her children first, who claims that this is about, you know, this is about us against them, and she's for her family or whatever, because it's clear. You need to be vigilant about your girls. As they develop, you need to be vigilant. You need to not take your eye off the ball. You have put yourself in yet another position of trusting this man. And we really and truly hope and pray it will not be to your detriment. Right? Really and truly hope and pray it will not be to your detriment. We're hoping and praying that this man will understand that the next time it will not be a chance that he can regain. Because the system will handle him harshly if this repeats itself. And no amount of whatever it is that you would have done to stop things from becoming extreme will work. You understand? I do not understand why it is that you have watered this whole thing down to the stupidness of people grudging and envying, It's very foolish. Because not all of us out here are as hungry as you think, or as hungry as you were when you started YouTube. Some of us are YouTube late bloomers. Yes? And have achieved everything that we need to achieve, and just use YouTube to discuss topics and to engage with others. But you see, when your partner comes out here and plays a fool and makes threats and tough up him chest and go on with himself, that is going to make me come out. That is going to make other bloggers come out. So I'm not letting you know that you will never, ever, ever be discussing them. I make you know straight, say, something significant have to happen. Otherwise, we will be talking about other things and other issues around the Purple Heart movement over here. And I'm going to remove Jay's name from the forefront of it. Because she needs a break. Not you, and not the pooper especially. But she needs a break. Exactly, Linda G. He know how to hack account. Me just feel like him do it If you take the heat off him to prove to the public him never do it, he going to... Why, I mean, I even know, my love. I don't know. She owns all the houses in her scheme. It doesn't matter how long it takes. They will pay because karma doesn't go away. Vibe Studio, big up yourself. He says, I agree. Right? Recap, please. Late for the live. Diana, you need to go pull up, love. We're moving on over here. So like I said, right, I'm going to remove her name from the face of the Purple Heart movement. Yes, we want her to have justice, but I'm going to kind of quell off of this justice for Jay thing, and I'm going to focus more on, the justice for all victims, other subjects and topics around the issues, dealing with even how to cope with surviving such situations, etc., and moving on to a more wider content span than I have been, because I literally believe I have left no stone unturned for everybody to know what is going on. Yes. All that needs to be overturned has been overturned. I think the only piece of evidence that is missing, which is in the hands of SoFlo, is that body cam footage. And I'm not going to go and dig for that. SoFlo said that he has already requested it. If he wants to discuss that, that is up to him. But I have gotten everything that I need to get to understand and to realize that CMR has a problem and he needs to go and get help and get himself fixed, right? That is what I'm going to say on that. And that Crissy remains a yamhead in my eyes permanently until she shows us otherwise. That's never going to change. But do I hate Crissy? No. Do I hate even CMR? No, I dislike the fella, but I don't hate him, right? Do I want to see the children get the best out of life? Absolutely. Do I want her to be moving from the position of being a victim to a victor? Yes. And the only way I can do that is to remove her name from her sordid event that happened to her, take her name away from it so that she can move on from it, right? The courts have not had a chance to do a trial. We know this. And there will always be suspicion around that man's name. It will always be taboo. But does she have to wear the burden of it everywhere she goes? When she was brave enough to actually speak up in the first place? No, she doesn't. Exactly. Who said that? What did No Face say? It's not necessary. Yeah, it's not necessary. Oh, I like that. I like that vibes. J for V. Movement. Yes, I love that. Justice for victims. I love that. You understand? Something that sounds so right with this. Only God can tell me, say, and no CMR for me if you believe. What are you talking about? The video? But what CMR have to do with the comments them under the video, love? Are you following exactly what we're saying here? It don't have nothing to do with the video. It's more about the comments under the video on TikTok. That is the concern. I am not so much concerned about, because all the girl is doing is eating noodles. That obviously the caption is the tricky bit, but come on now. Let's not get tunnel visioned here. I don't care, even if he's the one who did that. I'm looking at the comments and she doesn't deserve it. Right? Yeah, man, we still keeping an eye out. And I know that my graduates, them still are going to send me the things, them. You understand? Them still are going to send me the things, them. If them see something, them are going to send it. But me not going to run out until me have something that is essential and detrimental, right? I'm going to move on to other topics. I'm going to remove her name from my Purple Heart corner. It's justice for victims. It's justice for anybody who has been through some kind of trauma right? When it comes to either predatory behavior, DV, any of those kind of things, I will discuss it. Plus, I will discuss other stuff. There'll be moments when it's J for victims, yes, J for V, and then there'll be moments when I'm just chatting some trending, random stuff that's going on, yeah, and take it from there. But as I said, I will never ever back down from what I think of this man and what I think of his family. I think they are extremely fake and hypocritical. Those are my final thoughts to you. You're extremely fake, extremely hypocritical. I think you are false pretenders. And I think it's full time you actually start to own what you claim through action and not by word of mouth. Be real. Be real. I think you are manipulative. I think you've manipulated and lied to your audience significantly, and they continue to be a bunch of sheep. I think you are, you are taking advantage, and you have taken advantage of your supporters on your platform, twisting and maligning facts in order to gain sympathy and support and views and likes. And that level of deceptive behavior is an embarrassment to the YouTube community. Because if you are going to claim that you are influencers and content creators and you have to lie to your audience in order to do so, then you are nothing but a set of scammers. And your last speech, CMR, has proven that you are a set of scammers. You came out here and you told people that you were back 45 days after, but yet you gave after the arrest, when you were on bail or whatever, the case was dismissed, and you went on the fix and you told them nonsense, made it seem as though you were away from your family for 2 months when you weren't. You're a liar. And you're talking about you didn't have to tell them that. No, because and it's no surprise that King and Shay are under your friendship and how you influence them. Because I seem so them they come out and scam people and take money for buy house. Yeah. Or at least to move into the house because they'd already bought it. And then come and play it off like it's a prank. It was pure dishonesty. It's a disgrace that you use that situation with your stepdaughter to garner views and likes and to give false impressions to your audience that you were separated when you were together. That was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And the mere fact that your wife played along with it shows that Crissy is of no different caliber. No different caliber to you, exactly the same. Exactly the same. So when you want to come out here and call bloggers hungry and money them want make, etc., you are doing exactly the same thing and worse, because you are doing it on the reputation of your child who they're tearing down on TikTok. Because it's your supporters who are doing it. Exactly. Yes, he told wild tales to Mr. Vegas. All lies. All of them lies. You understand? Yes, it's good that CMR has brought his mother up. That's an excellent thing. It's a very good thing. Right? But me not gonna get myself into the position where me I watch things with that and me I see what. No, sir. That's not important. That's not helpful to her either. So me I move on from that. Right? That part of it is a 9-day talk. But what you did is never a 9-day talk and never will be, and it will stick to you forever. Because no matter what can be said, brother, your name should have never called upon your step picnic. It should have never called upon it. Never, never, ever. You understand? Why would you play this silly game of acting as though you were not around when you are claiming now that you were? Not that I necessarily believe it, but you know, the deception, the lies. And when people were busy praying for praying for you, we're praying for you to get back together. All you depend is thank you. And it's hard, but we're gonna the two of is a wicked set. A wicked set of people. And you are the ones that are digging out the eyes of your supporters, and not dig out the eye them of your supporters them with no lies. But on the subject of your child, I will not speak on it again until or unless your name called upon her or any other pitney. That's why me I said to you, say, don't make me have to come back out. Exactly, Kim. This. This. Thank you. Because he was arrested on the 2nd of November, and 4 days after is the 6th. So if it was dismissed, why is he writing exactly? But mind you, he was writing the letter to ask for the documents to be sealed. So even if it was dismissed, he knew that documents were still available on the county clerk's website. So he could still have been writing to ask for that to happen. But notice also that on the 6th of November was also the day that Mr. Vegas came out and was making the claims that he made against him. It was on that same day, 6th of November. I have the screen recording, etc. 6th of November is when him come out and called him a pathological liar. Yes? And shortly before that was when he had told him the lies about the Trini thing and the Trini woman and whatever. So he didn't want Vegas and other people to go digging up stuff and reading it. And then now, when the statement had hit the public headlines, him start to panic. And he wants to get it in a position where he can shut people's channels down if they dare. Did you see that I posted that he went after some American girl, an American blogger, because she was talking about it? That he tried to take down her channel? I put it in my community post when he's talking about, I don't necessarily strike people unless they're doing something illegal. That girl didn't do anything illegal. She was just talking about it because she talks about other stuff. And he went for her. Just like he went for Vibes, just like he went for my channel. But I accept the blame for my one. Because on my channel, the mistake I made was that I revealed their actual address accidentally. And even YouTube, when they wrote to me, said, we can see that it was not done on purpose. It was not deliberately done. Right? So they had that video removed. But other than that, you know, if you were so innocent, even the way that you came out and you represented yourself on the case never smacked of innocence, because you never once said you did not do it. You know, never once said. Yeah, his story changed. Why they don't turn off the comments under the child page, yet he turned it off on his. Exactly. Exactly. Please put a question sign at the end of your title. You will be back again. No, I will not. It will have to take something pretty. I would say it has to hit headlines, right? For me to go back and talk about this. What address was on the letter? The same address, Sims, the same one that I actually got my video taken away from. I know that address. It's their proper home address. So the proper home address was on that letter. So it is possible, like I said, based on that letter, it is possible that that's where he was, because he never put the address of the apartment. Okay, you are a narcissist's biggest nightmare. Yeah, I am. I'm not gonna lie, right? And I know I go hard. I can go hard, right? And if they come out and they start toughing up themselves and threatening me, cannot promise that I will be quiet. But what I can promise is that I can remove her name. Listen to what I'm saying carefully. I can remove her name from the focus of the movement and make the movement a wider thing, and start to focus on victims, a bigger picture. And I think it's important that the movement evolves. We can't just keep harping on and on and on about, CMR, Crissy, the child. She'll never be able to get past it. And I think it's important that even victims are allowed that space to recover from the things that they've been through, or at least make an attempt at recovering. We can keep an eye, a close eye, and where there is a red flag, I'm sure other bloggers are going to bawl out and say hello, right? Until he can say, I never did it, I was lied on, I will believe what I believe. Yes, I also believe what I believe. I do not believe you are innocent, CMR. That's another final thought. It is not my belief that you are incapable of doing such acts. I believe that your history, when it comes to females out here in these social media streets, lends you to be the type of person that would do something like this. So, despite the fact that the courts have done what they've done, I do not believe that you are innocent. And I believe that your conscience will not allow you to actually make that claim, which is why you've never actually come out to say, I didn't do it. Also, because you are probably afraid of making it clear that that little girl is a liar. Because if you did say that, that would make that clear. And worse, if she's not one, it would fracture your relationship, I put that in quotes, with her for life. That's the only reasoning that I see about you not coming out and being straightforward to say I never did it. To say that you were vindicated by the courts does not say you never did it. The goalpost has removed. Chrissy should be happy now. Yeah, because trust me, I make them very afraid. I know this. But I ain't out here to intimidate nobody. I ain't out here to reveal truth and justice. But hello, I am too blessed and too content in my life to be overly preoccupied with just one element of the subject. There's so much to talk about out there, right? That's karma. He will continue to look over his shoulder because he knows that we know. Exactly. The individual who refused to take any accountability has made the victim the victimizer, has shifted the blame and gaslighted the sheep following. Yes, yes, yes. Famous 5 words I would preach. This man really thinks he owns YouTube. He's really trying so hard to silence a lot of people. Come out and say you're innocent, blaming everyone but himself. Exactly. But I do not want to affect Chrissy's mental health because I believe she genuinely needs some serious rewiring as a woman. And she needs to strong up herself. But me coming out here and literally laying it bare and making her face her demons may not necessarily be the way for her, because she seems to like to exist in a fairy tale world, right? On camera, at least. You see me? I say, no more talk about God, eh? I'm not lucky. But I said what I said. And everything that I say, I stand by. So this one is going to be me drawing a line under her name being the face of the movement and looking at wider things. But it does not mean that should you slip up again, I'm going to be silent. I'm going to be front and center in that discussion. Remember, me tell you. Because I don't think you change. I don't think you change at all. You may have good intentions when it comes to your kids and when it comes to your mother and even your brother, which means that you may not be all bad. But trust and believe, when it comes to the flesh, I believe that you have got more than a weakness. I believe that you have an illness. And that your wife is oblivious as to how to stand up to you. I think you are manipulative. And I emphasize what Vega says. You are a pathological liar. And karma will catch up to you if you do not genuinely change and make the steps to do so. Rochelle says, thanks for keeping me informed, HDKs. It's hard to watch these people, but I'm sure that CMR will screw up again, sadly. I'm praying for those children. Yep. I'm sure Jay would have been really proud of you for standing up. Yeah. Oh boy, she has to have a out of body experience every time to be with such man. May I tell you? No, HDK, you are here to intimidate the narcissistic seed. It is out here and show them that we are here to expose their nastiness, right? That's all. And he's not the only one, that we can discuss when it comes to this. She's definitely in denial. Sad that none of her family members is holding her accountable. Indeed. Whenever her cup overflows, maybe we will know then. And that is exactly the truth, because that little girl's going to grow up and we will hear the truth at some point. You understand? We will hear the truth at some point, but I want to give her space to try and gain some kind of normality. But you see that, brother, may I tell you, don't make this happen again, that may I tell you, because of mercy may I show you, that may I tell you right now. And I ain't showing you mercy because of you. I'm showing you mercy because of her. Right? That's why you get mercy. Just a random thought, fam. At their previous address, a hint was mentioned that they had a police neighbor problem. what I think if the police never forged a lie in the system, racial thing, backside. Well, wow, that's a hell of a story right there. That is a hell of a story right there. So, my goodness. She used her talk about forgiveness because she knew her intentions. Yeah, when she came out and said, "Please forgive me," and you wouldn't understand, and no, 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 please forgive you because you lied to your audience. You lied. I mean, you were so deceiving. The whole manufactured mess, that they sold to their audience. I don't even know. Honestly, I'd really like to know how them audience feel about that. Come see some of them dep on the live when him a chatting and I beg him to be quiet, And I say, stop talk, stop talk, stop talk, because every talk him a talk, him a throw them under the bus. Him a throw them under the bus. And I make them know, say, him lie to them. No, sir. And all of them pretending like that. What was the purpose of it? All of this could have been ended long time if they had been honest. So this is why the question will always be asked about whether or not this man is in fact honest. Because if he was innocent, as he's implying based on the court system, throwing out the case, what would stop them actually coming together as a family to strategize how to break the news in a way that keeps the little girl from getting dragged, etc., etc. And even if them going to have to just realize that she have to just get her beaten, and don't present her on social media until it passes, because nobody's going to beat a kid forever on the internet. And I mean beat metaphorically. You think everybody are going to come out every day and say, what are we kids stepping in? No, they'll do it for about 3 days, 4 days max. After that, they'll let it go. Because it's a child. But the fact that you couldn't do that, and you had to keep coming out with all of the pitting them and pretend like all was normal, is weird. The way you guys handled it was weird. Weird. Very, very weird indeed. Yep. Who would have thought? And that's why I said on the last live I did on the subject that I am now beginning to wonder if Crissy is the mastermind behind all of this. Because some of those pranks, that she used to do with him in the days when she did actually love him before the whole heap of Bun did a gay. She was down for every bit of it. Every bit of it. Helped to, orchestrate and design some of the pranks. And that was the time when they were in the other house. At them time, the Crissy did love CMR, Crissy no love CMR now, No, sir. She obsessed with having him in her life because she feel like she can't do any better. So he really wasn't alone. Here we go, this one. So he really wasn't alone on Thanksgiving, November 26th, when he was eating by the fried chicken in his car, talking about first time away from my family. Thank you, First Lady Davidson. And I tell you, so there is a whole lot that can be done as a show on the lies that this man has told. There's a lot. And I know that my other bloggers, them are going to run with it. The Purple Heart movement. You understand? So many lies that they told their audience. And then for him to come out and say 4 to 5 days after the arrest, it was dismissed. Just look at it. Just look at it. And they all played it off together. This should tell you the caliber of people that you guys are supporting, the type of people that they are. Deceitful. Scammers. dishonest. But that aside, there are four little girls that we have to think about who are being brought up by these type of parents. And we just hope that even while they may not do right by the public, that they do right by them. Because remember me telling us say, if uno no do right by these kids, we dey yafi uno. Cause I uno bring, listen, I uno make we invested, so you know. We are watch them grow from them a baby. Yes. Most of us who are in the Purple Heart movement were originally supporters of you guys. I wonder if you know that. I wonder if you even realize that. So when Seymour come out and him chat foolishness and talk about how most of those people who are criticizing us has never ever supported us, that's bull. That's rubbish. A lot of the Purple Heart people were original supporters of you guys, who were let down and disappointed by the things that you brought your family to. The eyes are the windows to the soul. Look in their eyes, you will see. Yes, very true. The shame tree that would have swallowed me up, I would not know social media anymore. So they made it all up for the sake of money. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It was made up. Made up. First time I'm not with my family, you know. For Thanksgiving, and normally we're together, and you know, this and that and that. Lie. Lies. How wanna feel? You supporters of Christian Seymour, how wanna feel about the deception? Me that really like to know. Me know some una go come back and watch my video, and a lot of una watching now and just wait for the live for done for putting a little face the comments. But how you feel about being taken for fools? On social media. When una there they pour out on sympathy and on encouragement and on prayers. How you feel that Seymour make una call God name in a vain? Because that's embarrassing beyond belief. And he gave himself away just because he had to come out and clap back at bloggers. I'm telling you now, the two of them need to stop that. You want to really and truly move on? And you really and truly want to focus on your child's well-being and the well-being of the rest of those girls? Stop rango-tango with us out here. Because you're not going to win. And if you don't do that, you will not have half of the heat on you. Learn some self-control, CMR. And Crissy, you supporting this mess, you also need help. That therapy needs to teach you how to come out of the four walls of your house, or the four walls of a supermarket, or the four walls of one of them furniture store, and go and see the world and widen your horizon. Your horizon is too narrow. And as such, that man is able to dance circles around you and manipulate you. That may I tell you. And you have absorbed a lot of his energy. And that makes you no different in many ways. Yeah! How many of their fans went to their fake prayer meeting? You understand? They got the apartment because he knows the mother couldn't stay in the mansion. She couldn't wait to run, go decorate it. Yeah, it could be. It could be as well. But I'm saying, why the deceit? If they claim that they're the realest on social media, why was it necessary to deceive their audience about that? They never needed to deceive them. Them could have said, listen, guys, this apartment is going to be for my mom, blah, blah, blah. Some devious, you know, some devious spirit in them made them feel it was necessary to spin a story around their life that was not the case. So they could capitalize on it. You trying to tell me so on a broke pocket? That's on have to tell them kind of lie there? So isn't it content to say, hey, decorating this place because we've got a surprise guest coming? You know what I say your mother. You know what give away say your mother come. And you know how it is in Jamaica when people are filing for each other and stuff and the situation are happening. You don't want to tell nobody say you leave because at that time they want to take your life. You understand? Or, guess who's coming? Something. You could have played it off. But, it's so hard being away from my kids. It's a wicked so and so. That me I try to tell you, you lie, 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 like sure. You lie bad. Very dishonest. And when you come up and talk about they said I can't, they said I can listen, everything me say, I repeat what the police tell me. Police tell me. Whatever it is you guys manage to do afterwards to get out of it, that is for your business, but the police tell me. Crissy is an enabler to a man. If Crissy catch same with a man, she would do the same. No boy, no make me. Yeah, she probably would. Likes to spin a story. She worse than the man. Yeah. And then I did the fake tears and the bawling and God is love and Ray and say, no man, on a sick stomach and me never see that there yet. Never ever see them kind of level of lying there yet in my life on social media, excepting from the really deluded. Yep. It is a very messed up thing. Very messed up thing to capitalize off. They are scammers. They are scammers. Vita says, I can't lie. I used to think that they were an okay family, but now when I think of them, the thought that comes to my mind is that they remind me of a real life horror movie. Yep. I cautioned these hollowheads a few years ago about the importance of humility and the dangers of their overly inflated egos. Anyway, here they are. Several controversies later, more to come. So the story with Shani and Cass was fake? Nope. That was real. That one was real. That was definitely real. Hello, remember we saw a whole picture with him or a video or whatever with him as suck out Cass Kingdom tongue, That never fake, That was real, You understand? And I sing about Shani vagina, vajayjay. So that part was real, and she took him back after that. That was God giving her her first out, or probably her second or third, because we don't know which other one she discovered that just didn't hit social media. But then this situation with her own child and his name, to me, that was God giving you the biggest out. But you seem to think it was the devil's work. So let's wait and see now. Let me wait and see if it's the devil's work or not. Because you see, may I tell you this, Carters? If your man has the propensity to actually do this and actually did do this, if the allegations were true, if he has got that affliction or that preoccupation with that little girl, and he is now so intimately around her, dog, name your supper. That may I say. Dog, name your supper. But as I said, I'm going to remove Jay from the face of this movement. After this, it'll be a case of not discussing that little girl on my life. Does not mean I will not discuss situations that are crucial when it comes to the Purple Heart movement. Does not mean that if something significant happens with the Carters, I will not revisit, but it's time for me to move on and to widen the horizon of the focus on my channel. All right. Um, and yeah, CMR, as you can see, you don't have to be a topic on this page for there to be views. All right. Eat your heart out. All right. Big up on a nice, clean self. Thank you so much for attending a touch of class with HDK. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and double click that bell so that you are notified anytime I go live. Graduates, thank you so much. It was a very late one. You guys still rolled out. Yeah, 575 of you on the live. Please to like up the live before you exit class. And yes, the Purple Hearts still live. So I ain't throwing my fellow Purple Heart warriors under the bus at all. You mad? No, man. Dash up the Purple Hearts, man. Throw up the Purple Hearts as we exit the live. Okay? Be blessed, everybody. This is your girl. Hey, Teacher K, J4V.